As president of the Bradley Hardacre Widows and Orphans Fund, it is my melancholy duty to call upon the Treasurer to make the necessary disbursement. As Treasurer of the aforementioned society, I hereby author... Hello? I see that this document has not been duly witnessed by the Secretary of the Fund.
And does that mean that this poor woman will receive no benefit?
Calm yourself, Doctor. This oversight can be speedily rectified, as fortunately the Secretary of the charity is here among us. Bradley Hardacre, Secretary. So much for formalities. Now to convert these fine phrases into the meaningful solace of hard cash.
Just for the caption, it's Macduff with a small c.
Now, the terms of the fund, Agnes, state that this pension is payable by the Treasurer, that is myself, to the recipient, that is yourself, on presentation of her person every Friday, 1 hour after lighting up time, with her hair washed and her underclothing, if any, in a clean condition. Now, while you're signing that, this gentleman will want to take another photograph, so if you could just be looking up at me with a warm glow of gratitude.
Mother! Mother! Good news! Jack is alive. They brought him up from the pit and they've taken him to hospital.
My son lives! I must go to him.
If he doesn't make it through the week, Agnes, he's still all right for Friday night.
Occupational bloody therapy. Harry Williams in next ward, he sawed his foot off, you know. He'd had a local anaesthetic, you see. He felt nothing till it dropped. It threw him off balance. He went over backwards and fractured his spine. Now he's strapped up in a corset with his hands up in air like that. They've got him on paper at ceiling.
So it's true. It's true. You are alive. Oh, my darling, my darling. Oh, my kisses will bring back your manhood and strength.
Miss, I think I'm supposed to be having that treatment and all, miss. Any time you're ready.
Jack. Jack. Jack! Won't you speak to me?
Hey, it's our Jack. I knew I'd seen him before. What's up then, son? You're not speaking? Ashamed of your father, I suppose, in front of your fancy friends.
Oh, Mr. Fairchild, can't you see? He's unconscious.
Oh, taking a notice, miss. He's just trying to draw attention to himself. Oh, hello, Mother. You just called it right time. My Jack's turned up, Mother.
Yes, Jack, my own boy, you've come back to me.
With the stench of an harlot's perfume on you. Can the whore not leave your poor broken body alone?
They've got me on making a table.
I shall see he has the finest treatment money can buy.
What he needs is a mother's love.
It's all supposed to be dovetail joints.
He's more mine than yours now. I claim him in the name of love.
Love? I know what you mean by love.
Look, there's others poorly besides him, you know. I've come out in blue stripes all over me bum. With pink spots.
You would smother him with your love, but my caress would restore the will to live.
You would sap the strength out of his very veins.
I'm in two minds whether to part me out at middle. Either that or put me head it over.
Oh, Charlotte, you know Morris is only teasing. It's not as if he wants to keep all your dresses.
No, but he keeps trying them on. And he crumbles them up. And he's not a natural size 10, whatever he says.
Snitch! Don't believe a word, Mummy. I never touch her silly old things.
Look! He's got my emerald earrings on. And he knows I want them because I have a special reason for wanting to look my best.
Yeah, take them, take them. Turn his head with your baubles. It's only infatuation, you know. He'll soon tire of you. Well, what have you to offer him?
3 things that you haven't got. Loyalty, trust, and devotion.
Oh, those things. For a moment you had me worried.
Charlotte, if you're passing an off licence... Too late, she's gone.
Mummy, even when we were in the nursery together, Charlotte always made free with my toys. But she took my skipping rope, my gollywog. Even when I swapped my tricycle for her pram, she still put her dollies in it, and she's still taking my playthings from me.
There, dear. Pass Mummy the medicine.
Well, she's even stolen my special friend. I'm so grief-stricken. Heartbroken. Do you think green suits me?
I tell you, Father, I saw him buried. No man can come out of there alive.
That's what they say about the cottage hospital since Macduff took over.
I just don't understand how even Jack Fairchild could live through that rockfall.
It's typical of your working classes, that, Austin. And not easy to stamp out. The point is, Austin, you failed.
Give me another chance, Father.
No, you've only one use as far as I can see now, Austin, and that's as breeding stock. Put it this way, better wed than dead.
You mean?
I'm tired of telling you what I mean. It's time you had your nuptials promulgated.
My nuptials? You mean a wedding?
Yes, your wedding. To Cynthia Dudcock, the bicycle clip heiress.
Cynthia Dudcock. But she's fat, even for a dwarf. And she's got eyes like rabbit droppings.
True, her eyes are black, misshapen and curiously dead. However, in fairness to the lass, you can hardly see them behind those pebble glasses.
Don't try to make her out more attractive than she really is. She's got a great big moustache.
Don't exaggerate, Austin. The faintest pencil line. With her connections in the cycle trade, you're lucky it's not the full handlebar.
Father, give me another chance. Anything rather than marry Cynthia Dudcock.
But can I depend on you, Austin?
This time, Father, yes, yes!
Right. Here's what you do. Push on with that tunnel, and when you get underneath the cottage hospital, SBD.
Silent but deadly.
Precisely. Our new medical explosive. Think of it as a field test.
I see, Father. This will undoubtedly spell Phineas to the cottage hospital.
The former cottage workhouse.
Where you spent those unhappy childhood years.
There's worse things than an unhappy childhood, Austin. Get this right, or you, for instance, are in for a very unhappy manhood.
What have you seen, my dearest? Is it a bluebird?
No, I think I've got a nosebleed coming on.
My darling, do you often suffer from nosebleeds?
Oh, I do not call it suffering. You see, it was my bleeding nose that got me into poetry writing in the first place. Well, when you have to spend as much time as I do walking around with your head back looking up, you see things as other people don't. The wonders of nature. Like, for instance, clouds and the soft downy bits on the bottom side of birds.
Oh, Matthew, you have such a different way of looking at things. Tell me about the clouds again.
Well, to me, a cloud is Mother Nature's toilet bag, where she keeps the airy sponge what holds the precious raindrops before they are born.
Why, Matthew, that's beautiful.
I know. The first poem I ever wrote was occasioned by a cloud. I expect you'd like to hear it. And hear it you shall. I wandered lonely as a cloud that comes and rains on scholars' outing, when all at once I saw a crowd of blokes, some silent, others shouting. I could not hear what they all yelled, for all of a sudden I was felled by a toppling section of garden wall, which ends my poem, the end, that's all.
Your poems are like your children to you, aren't they, Matthew? You love each one so much.
Yes, well, it's hard not to when they're all so beautiful.
Will you love our babies as much, Matthew?
Do you want babies, Miss Charlotte?
Oh, yes, lots of them.
Then we best get cracking right now and not wait until we get married. Come on, then. Them gooseberry bushes won't plant themselves, you know.
Gooseberry bushes? Oh, Matthew, you don't really think that babies come from under gooseberry bushes, do you?
Well, perhaps not all of them.
Oh, Matthew, you precious darling. I see. I'm going to have to tell you the facts of life. Now, don't be shocked. It's nature. It's happening all the time, and it's perfectly normal. When two people want a little baby, the daddy has to put the money in the mummy's purse, and she gives it to the doctor, and he brings it to them in a little black bag.
Oh, that can't be right.
I knew you'd be shocked.
Then tell me this. If that's how babies come, how do rabbits have babies? 'Cause rabbits don't have any money. But they can look under gooseberry bushes.
Well, rabbits can, yes. But we don't want baby rabbits, do we?
And how's the leg today, Fairchild?
I could do with some varnish.
Aye, good, good. I'll get the nurse to give you a dose.
Getting your making tables. It's not my idea of doctoring. No wonder everybody in here's sick.
And, how is our hero this day?
There's no change, Doctor.
You know, you ladies should really go home and try to get some rest.
I'll stop here. I'm his mother.
I'll stop as well. I am his intended.
You are not.
I am.
Slut.
Nobody sits by my bed arguing over me, I notice.
Ladies, I did not want to tell you this, but now I see I must. There is not the slightest hope or chance that poor Jack here will ever open his eyes or speak to either of you again. I tell you, it's medically impossible.
Hello.
Impossible according to the tenets of orthodox medicine, that is. But I can say with pride I've never been a slave to the textbook myself.
Oh, Jack! Jack!
Who?
It's your mother.
Your mother's not called Jack, is she?
Oh, Jack, you must remember me.
I'm sorry, mister. It's all a blank.
Mister?
Worst case of amnesia I've ever seen.
Here you are, Jack. Your favourite. This upbringing memory's flooding back to you.
2 black puddings. 2. Where's money coming from? That's what I want to know. I'm not earning. He's not earning. How much give his notice? You've got a fancy man, haven't you?
Eat up, Jack. It's your favourite. Black pudding.
You don't have to eat it, Jack.
No, it's all right, Mother.
I'm your mother. Now, see, get them puddings down you.
You're not custard.
Oh, it's hopeless.
But that's wonderful. Don't you see? He remembered custard.
Aye, that's right. You remember custard then, Jack?
Aye. Custard. It all comes back now. It's sort of red and shiny and stands on your plate going wobble wobble.
Well, that's a step in the right direction.
And I know it isn't all. It's that fella comes round selling buttons and elastics off a tray. Well, when I get out of here, I'm going to break his white stick for him.
Jack, I'm going to give you something now. Something you have given me and I have given you many times before.
What?
Yes. Now shut your eyes.
Right, oh.
Oh, well, here goes. I'm sure it'll work.
Oh. What was that?
That, Jack, was a kiss.
Aye, I'd forgotten what one of them were like myself.
Does it not bring anything back, Jack?
Oh, I feel something stirring. Oh, no, it's gone.
The Ardets tricks mean nothing to you, do they, Jack?
No, they don't, Miss Isabel.
I'm your mother. That's Isabel the harlot.
And me, Aunt Monkey's uncle, that's what I am. Well, I've had enough. I'm not stopping here. It's Jack until I'm sick of it. Nobody gives a damn about me. Well, I'll tell you this. It's a good job I've always looked after myself, because if you went sick in here, you'd really be in trouble. Well, I'm off. I'm going. You treat me like a convenience, but you'll be sorry when I'm gone.
Hey, who was that chap who just went out?
What chap?
I've telephoned Guy, and he's motoring down from Cambridge to comfort me. He's a true friend. He's loyal. If he had to choose between betraying his friend or betraying his country, he'd betray his country. Unlike you promiscuous bear. You haven't the nerve to deny it, have you? I'm going to lunch, and I leave you here. I come back, and what do I find? Somebody's tied you up. Who was it? Come on! Or did you do it yourself? To make me jealous? No. I'm not coming in there after you. It isn't a game this time.
Stop whimpering, Austin.
Well, I tell you, Father, Jack Fairchild has regained consciousness. He may get his memory back at any moment.
Well, son, do I have to remind you that dead men tell no tales?
Father, what has the motto of the Royal College of Surgeons got to do with us?
What's wrong with this brood of mine? The money I spent on their education.
It's all very well say blow up the cottage hospital, but how am I supposed to get supplies of SPD out of the lab, Every crystal has to be accounted for.
Have a cup of tea, son.
Oh, tea at a time like this.
Sugar?
Just one. This is heavy. This is no ordinary sugar lump.
No, son. Pure crystals of SBD. I smuggled it out of the lab myself. What is the country coming to when you have to steal from your own works to keep interfering bobbies from your house and affairs?
Is one enough?
2 whelps should do it.
Right. So all we have to do is put SBD at the end of the tunnel and boom. Or in the case of the silent explosion, no boom, just doom.
Yeah, just get on with it.
Why am I always the one who gets the dirty, dangerous jobs?
Because you're too stupid to get anyone else to do them.
Hello, Mr. Hardacre, Mr. Austin. I hope you don't mind me calling round, but I've discharged myself from the hospital and I'm fit for work if you've got any odd jobs you want doing.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, what can I do to make you remember? I've tried everything.
So I know you've tried everything, and I did enjoy it.
Well, at least you know I'm not your mother now. I thought she'd never go. If only there was something, some special thing. Well, can't you think of anything?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Say that again.
What?
Of course, the cap. That's the key to it all. Why didn't I think of it before? I've been such a blind little fool.
A cap?
Yes. You were always so proud of it. It belonged to Keith Harding or somebody.
Well, it's mine now, and he's not getting it back.
But don't you remember? You said you'd never take it off, not even for me, until we were married.
Did I?
Why don't you take it off now, Jack?
Why? No, I won't.
Why not, Jack? Why mustn't you take your cap off?
Because.
Yes, because?
Because you know what it's like in a hospital. You take something off, put it down, turn your back, and it's gone.
No, that's not the reason, is it, Jack? And don't play with your pyjama cord when I'm talking to you. Let me have your cap, Jack.
No, because I swore a vow.
Yes, you swore a vow. Go on, Jack, go on.
Hello, Isabel. Hello, Mr. Fairchild. And how are we today?
You?
This is my sister, Charlotte, Jack.
Yes. Charlotte. The beautiful lady who came to me down pit. In the dark.
Yes.
In the mine. And rescued me. And t'others.
Yes, that's right. Why, we are chatty today. Well, I can't stay. I'm taking a sewing class. I'm teaching delinquent girls how to make blouses out of old bandages.
Oh, Jack, it's all coming back to you. That was Charlotte, and I'm Isabel, and you love me.
Isabel. Oh, it's all coming back to me. It was so mixed up in my mind. I thought it were a dream. I thought I dreamt I were in love with an angel. But she's real. And her name is Charlotte.
No!
An emergency and casualty, you see, one of the Hardacres.
Yes, Hesketh Hardacre.
Don't think I've known. That's right, keep the patient cheerful.
Oh, Doctor, thank God you've come.
Good day to you, Mr. Morris. Now, let's have a look at the poor wee chappie, shall we? Hesketh Hardacre, I believe?
He's terribly hurt, Doctor. I'm in a state of shock.
Let's just have a look at the little fellow.
Nurse, just value your opinion here. Have a look at this hairy little chap. Is there anything, how does he look to you?
It's a teddy bear, Doctor.
Oh, thank God, thank God. For a minute I thought Bradley Hardacre's lust had led him to father him. Never mind what I thought. Yes, of course, teddy bear. Uh-huh. His leg is half off.
This isn't a doll's hospital, Doctor.
Nurse, a real patient is not this bear, it is. Humour him.
Why don't you get on with it?
Yes, all in good time, Mr. Morris. Now, how did this little fellow sustain his injury?
I think he ran into some bushes and tripped. Or perhaps he was playing football. Don't know. Does it matter?
Were you playing football with him at the time?
No, I was nowhere near him when he landed. Fell. When he fell.
Be honest, Mr. Morris. This was no accident, was it?
All right. It was no accident. But the little bastard was asking for it. I was sorry as soon as I'd done it.
Dinna fret. I'm sure you love the little fella, really. Now, look. Nursey and I will put him to bed, and then we'll give him some nice, strong medicine, and we'll have him scampering up and down the garden again, eh?
For goodness sake.
Nurse, aren't we forgetting something before the operation? The wee fella's anaesthetic.
Anaesthetic?
Anaesthetic?
It's a teddy bear.
I do the diagnosis round here.
I'm so terribly worried about Morris.
So you've noticed at last.
Oh, yes, I've noticed that you don't give him enough clothing allowance.
I don't what? That lad, and I use the word loosely, spends more on cravats than I do on public works, and they put up monuments to me for that.
He's not extravagant.
He's the only lad I know who needs 3 fittings for a singlet and a pair of underpants.
Oh, Bradley, why must we quarrel? We're talking about Morris. And it's high time, by the way, that we settle the question of his future career.
Oh, that's no problem. When he leaves Cambridge, he'll waltz into the Foreign Office. And when I say waltz, I do mean waltz.
Do you think they'd have him?
Most of them, yes.
Bradley, what are you trying to say?
What I'm saying, my dear, is that our youngest son is so twisted, the ideal job for him is laying carpet on a spiral staircase.
He's sensitive and fastidious, which is more than I can say for you. And it's only because you keep him so short of money that he's been having to wear Charlotte's clothes. Only the other night, apparently, he walked down to the village wearing her gym slip and her gingham blouse.
Not a navy blue gingham.
I believe so.
Yes, I remember passing that in the car. I nearly stopped and gave it a lift. You mean that was our Morris? My God.
Eat, Archie, son of mine. You want to keep your strength up.
Oh, mother, I cannot eat. My heart is too full. I'm in love.
What do you know of love, boy of mine?
I know this, that I love Charlotte Hardacre. And I'm going to marry her, and we're going to have lots of babies. We haven't quite settled the method yet, but...
Charlotte Hardacre! Have I not always told you about the Hardacres? They are evil. Shun them. Do not let them put their burning touch upon thee. Stay away from them, son. Stay away.
I know, Mother. But Charlotte's different. She's good and kind and pure. And I tell you this, whatever you say, I love her and I mean to marry her.
Then, son of mine, I will tell thee what I vowed I never would.
If it's that business about the gooseberries, it's all right. I've been through all that with Charlotte.
Son, tell me this. You could never despise your mother, could you?
Why, no, Mother.
No matter what she'd done or what secret she'd kept it.
Of course not, Mother.
Then I will tell you. George, the man you call father, is not the true bearer of that name.
You mean
yes.
Dad's an imposter?
No, just listen. The reason you cannot marry Charlotte Hardacre is because she is your own sister.
But we don't even live in the same house.
Oh, my, don't make it any harder for me.
But I don't understand, Mother. How can she be my sister?
It's my shame, son. And my disgrace. Your true father is Bradley Hardacre.
You mean?
Yes. That's why you can never marry Charlotte. Oh, son of mine, can you ever forgive your poor, weak mother?
Yes, Mother. You, I can forgive. But him, never. You've turned my world inside out, Mother. You brought me up to hate every Hardacre. And then I learned to love a Hardacre. And now I find I am a Hardacre.
Matt, what are you doing with that gun I jacked up from that hothead at the strike meeting? As you know...
What you have told me, Mother, has put an end to every hope in life. To everything of joy and everything of beauty. I'm going to put an end to the evil monster who has spun this web of wickedness and deceit. I'm going to kill my father.
Man, come back!
Now listen, before I go, have I got this straight?